Good morning, and I'm Amy Gutmann. I'm president of the University of Pennsylvania, and I'm chair of the Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues. On behalf of myself and my vice chair, Jim Wagner, who is president of Emory University, I like to say welcome to everybody and welcome to day one of our second public meeting. I'd also like to note the presence of our designated federal officer, our newly appointed Commission Executive Director, Valerie Bonham. Valerie, we're happy to have you as Executive Director, not the least because you make this meeting official, but you also do many other things to help us move forward. I'm especially pleased to welcome all of you to the University of Pennsylvania. It is our intention to move our Presidential Commission meetings around the country. They're all open to the public, and the first one was in Washington, D.C., this second one at the University of Pennsylvania. We will move to Atlanta, to Emory University next, and then to around the country to places where commission members reside, but many other centers of population reside. As you may know, Penn was founded by one of this country's most celebrated citizens, Benjamin Franklin. And Franklin was a polymath. He was a brilliant inventor, a renowned statesman, and he helped to bring a new nation into being. Though not known for his modesty, Franklin wisely recognized that however masterful the Constitution that he had helped to create, the new nation would depend upon the ongoing efforts of its citizens to survive. After the final session of the Constitutional Convention, Franklin was asked by a woman standing outside the door, "What have we got?" And he responded, "A republic, if you can keep it." That is one of my favorite of Franklin's responses. The Presidential Commission meets today at Franklin's University, dedicated to ensuring that our country remains a robust democratic republic and committed to providing President Barack Obama with recommendations about any actions the federal government should take to ensure that America reaps the benefits of synthetic biology while minimizing its risks. Over the next day and a half, we will hear from leading experts in science, in medicine, in engineering, in theology, and in ethics. We will consider lessons learned by previous advisory committees. We will hear more about the prospects of translating synthetic biology into useful discoveries. We will also delve more deeply into ethical and theological perspectives, as well as our social responsibility as it relates to synthetic biology. By taking a deliberative and open to the public approach, by sharing well-reasoned perspectives and robustly deliberating about matters of public importance, the Presidential Commission is using these meetings to move us closer to our recommendations that we hope will serve the public good, and also to strengthen the fabric of our democracy by demonstrating that open to the public deliberations on tough issues, complex issues, and certainly synthetic biology figures is not something that rolls off the tongue of anybody, but is really very important part of the future of our life, can be subject to public, open, reasoned discussion, and we hope our recommendations will serve this nation well. The Commission also has formally requested public input through a notice published in the Federal Register. We will read all of the public comments. We have gotten many to date, and we will continue to read as we prepare our recommendations. For more information, please visit www.bioethics.gov. And now I will turn it over to Jim for a few welcoming remarks.
Very few, Amy. Thank you. And I know I speak for all the commissioners in thanking you and the University of Pennsylvania for your hospitality and for the efficiency with which all of this is coming together. It's probably worth repeating the charge, or at least a portion of the charge that we received from the White House, that was to ensure that America reaps the benefits of this developing field, speaking specifically this time of synthetic biology, this developing field of science, while identifying appropriate ethical boundaries for minimizing identified risks. While we spent much of our last meeting together looking at the science, the balance that Dr. Gutmann has referred to in today's program of looking at how the applications are evolving and discussing the ethics really starts to put the commission in a place where we will move from listeners and learners toward a report asserting some recommendations. We know we're working in a very exciting space when you think about it. It's a space that's bound on the one hand by concerns that inappropriate communications or overregulation or resource restrictions or perverse incentives could prevent the science from manifesting itself in technologies that help enhance and unlock human potential on the one hand. And on the other hand, we're bounded by concerns that unwise and unbridled application of the science could do just the opposite, could damage and even narrow the diversity of human possibility. Our job, of course, is to define the boundaries of that space in order to be responsive to the President's charge to the Commission. Welcome to everyone. I'm pleased to get started today.
Thank you. We are blessed by having some of the world's greatest experts on this topic, broadly understood as the space that Jim has just outlined, in which synthetic biology operates for, we hope, and against, we hope to prevent the public good. So let me begin. And here's the way we operate, just for those of you who are new to being at a commission meeting. By the way, we invite you to all of our meetings if you'd like to tour the country with us over the next several years. We'll begin with Dr. Faden, who I'll introduce in a moment, and she will speak for 15 minutes. I will open the floor to questions from commission members, and then I will leave time for questions from the public. You are our public, and there's a microphone up there, and we have found from our first meeting that we had a tremendously informative, indeed educational give and take with those experts who came and presented, and we intend to do the same this time.